Second one, that is mussel culture. So the basic approaches in a mussel culture will be also same. Here we will be using mussels instead of prawns, and the practice of cultivating mussel for commercial purpose is known as a mussel culture or mussel farming. And in the case of mussel culture, we will be cultivating it in a estuarine or marine environment, not in fresh water. Then these are bivalve mollusks. You know how mussel culture will be there. Mussel is a type of mollusk. You can see that mussel culture. See, these are all mussel culture. So most of the time they will be cultured in some kind of ropes will be there. So these are all examples. So here you can see that we call it as kalumakaya. So this is the mussel culture. So these are bivalve mollusks, which means that they have two shells. You can see that, and they are filter feeders also. They are feeding on the small alga present in the water by filtering them. Then these are the main methods of. So because of the filter feeding habit, they are particularly suitable for aquaculture because they do not require additional feed. They really mainly depend on the natural water quality for their living. So in case of fish, we have to supply them with the artificial food. But here there is no such a thing. From the natural water, they will be obtaining the plankton they need. So they will be. So it's a more profitable compared with prawn farming and fish farming. So coming to the major features, first one is the locating the site. The location means the mussel farming are usually established in areas with clean, nutrient-rich water. That is one important aspect. We cannot establish mussel farming in a polluted water. The water quality should be clean and it should be having nutrients also, because mussels are using the nutrients present in the natural water, where flow of water is strong enough to bring plankton. If there is not much movement in water, that water is not ideal for mussel farming. And location must be sheltered from strong winds and waves while still offering good water circulation. So there should not be high waves will be there, as well as the water, the wind should be also. We should also take measures to prevent the site from strong winds also. Then about the quality of the water, you can see that mussels thrive in water with a moderate temperature, 5 degree to 20 degrees centigrade. So that is the most important condition. Then salinity. Salinity should be around 50 ppt to 30 ppt, as well as the oxygen level. These are the three. So 5 to 20 degree temperature, 50 to 30 degree ppt salinity, and oxygen level. And mussels are often farmed in shallow water, but depth will depend on the region as well as on the environmental condition. So shallow water means water which do not have much depth. So these are some of the important conditions in site selection. Then what are the methods of mussel farming? Here we can find 4 methods are the long line culture, raft culture, bottom culture, as well as hanging culture. Here you can see that in the use of long line culture, see these kind of lines will be used. I will show you the pictures of long line culture of mussel. See here you can see that this kind of long lines will be there. These are all long line culture. See, there will be a thread rope will be there. From that rope, lot of vertical ropes will be coming down with the weight, and mussels will be attaching to the ropes and will be growing them. So this kind of method is known as a long line culture. So this is the most common type of method where mussels are attached to ropes or lines suspended vertically in water. You can see here. So this is this kind of technique is the most common type of technique used. So while what is happening is that mussels will be attaching to these ropes and will be using the natural nutrients present in the water. Another is the raft culture. In the case of raft culture, slightly different. A raft. Raft is basically meaning in Malayalam we call it a changada. So this is a raft-like thing will be there, and from this raft we will be see here you can see that this is the technique. See, a raft-like thing will be there. From the raft we will be hanging ropes down. So this here this is the raft. You can see that. See, this is the raft, and from that raft we will be dropping the ropes in a vertical manner. And so the large floating rafts are used to hold ropes or net with the mussels suspended beneath them. And this is also commonly used in sheltered bay or coastal area. Then another technique is the bottom culture. I will show you where the mussels will be cultured at the bottom of the sea. So that is a third type of technique that is at the sea bottom. We can find you can see that at the sea here. This is where it is sea. So this is an sea. Here you can see this is the bottom culture. At the bottom of the sea, at the bottom mud on the sea, we will be culturing. So mussels will be cultivated directly on the seabed, typically in region where seabed is suitable for attachment. So mussels will be attaching naturally ropes, mesh bags, and other surfaces. So we are not using anything. We will be giving them some natural material to attach. And on the bottom of the sea they will be attaching to the naturally present substance or to ropes that we are giving them. So there is a third type. Then hanging culture. This is actually a modification of the first one. This method involves suspending mussels in bags or ropes, and it is popular in area with clean and deep water. Mussel grow in suspended bags or in clusters. So that is also basically similar to the first type. So this is the first one. This is known as the hanging culture. Here you can see the same thing is here, similar to the line culture. So these are the hanging culture, or you can also see another. We can also use bag-like things like this. So only slight difference between them. So here we will be using either suspending mussels in bags or on ropes, and this is popular with the clean as well as deep water. So these are the 4 different methods used in mussel farming. Then spat collection. Spat means the eggs. And seedling production. Mussels are actually grown from seed which are known as the spat. These spats are collected from wild mussel population using various techniques such as setting spat on ropes or artificial substrate in the wild. Because from the natural waters we will be placing certain ropes or some material so that the mussels will be laying their eggs, or and those eggs or spats will be collected. So its spat collection is very crucial for the sustainability of the industry, and practices are managed to ensure conservation of the natural. Only from the wild we can collect this spat. The next stage is the growth as well as harvesting of the prawn. Mussels grow by filtering plankton and organic particles from the water. So growth rate depends on factors like water temperature, salinity, and food availability. And typically the mussel will be creating up to 1 year or 2 years. That is the growth period of mussel. After that we will be so it takes some time. After establishing all the things we have to wait for sometimes 1 year, sometimes 2 years. Then only mussel will reach a marketable size. Then mussels are harvested by removing them from ropes or net. We will be pulling the ropes using mechanical equipment or by the help of manual labors. So here you can see that harvesting of mussels. I will show you. here you can see that how the people will be see. These are the techniques used for harvesting mussel. These are trawlers are used here. Otherwise, we can also pull them using this kind of equipments. So these are all mechanical equipments. This is, or we can use by manual method. One person can pull the ropes. So this is another technique. Here you can see that people are actually pulling it. So this here also you can see that. So these are the different techniques used for mussel harvesting. Then finally, environmental impact. Mussel farming can have a positive as well as negative environmental impact. On the positive side, mussels improve quality water by filtering large amounts of water and removing the excess nutrients. That will be preventing the overgrowth of algae, known as eutrophication. Mussel farming contribute to alteration of local ecosystem. That's another problem if we are not properly managing and create changes to the habitat and flow of water. These are the two impacts on environment. And lastly, the economic importance is an important industry in many coastal regions of the world, especially in countries like China, Spain, Netherlands, New Zealand and Canada. These are the countries where mussel farming is very popular. Mussels are a valuable commodity both for the edible meat as well as the product for their export. They are widely consumed in various dishes, particularly in European and Asian cuisines. If you go to China, Thailand, etc., we can find mussel sauce may be available. So those people will be eating most of the items. So mussels are very popular in those regions than in India. Then coming to the last one, sustainability of mussel farming depends on the maintaining healthy water quality, proper management of wild spat collection, ensuring that farms do not overburden the local. Then there will be challenges are the like disease output, water pollution, impact on climate, changes in temperature, ocean acidification. These are some of the challenges people are facing. So mussel culture is highly efficient and environmentally friendly form of aquaculture that provides sustainable food source. So mainly you remember, try to focus on this. One is site selection, second is the methods of mussel farming, third one is fat collection and growth and harvesting. These are the four major steps. Other things are not that much important.